Hey guys, and welcome back to Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. We're off to a great start as I run right into the caveman, but we have finally made it on board that giant shipwreck. So welcome to Shiver Me Timber Scooby. I ran into another one. What am I thinking is inside these ice cubes? I don't know. What else would be in it if it isn't a freaking caveman? And in fairness, it does look quite cold out here, and it's raining, so maybe the rain is freezing, I don't know. This rain is all... Sometimes it's raining in this world, sometimes it isn't. It's a very strange environment that this place has. Is it raining? Is it not raining? Anyway, Shiver Your Timber Scooby. So it's only 2 parts, and only the first part has any Scooby snacks, but they're also incredibly annoying Scooby snacks. This is a level where you really wish that you had camera control in this game, because you don't. The camera is fixed for every single thing that happens. You cannot turn the camera around at all, and you really, really wish you could on a few occasions. So, you know, that's an enemy that's definitely in the right place. So thankfully I can just use the wheel to grab these Scooby snacks. See, these are fine. These snacks are easy. It's the snacks that are higher up that are an absolute pain. And yes, we also have keys to collect, and the keys are also extremely annoying. We're going to be doing a lot of bouncing around. So this is fine. This part's all fine. Just got to make sure that you're aware that these things turn around. That's all you got to do. They'll spin around, you've got to try and land back on top of them, and then it just repeats itself. So this is fine. They make things a little bit more difficult for you when you get to the 3rd platform, because they actually spin around twice. Ooh. But this is fine, and then the key is just up here. We have 4 keys in total. So as soon as this thing stops spinning, I don't know how much time you get before they start moving back down. That's a fair few seconds, but then they do have to spin around again. Mary Poppins, y'all! And then there's this part, where we have to try and grab around on that flotation device, and yes, I was here for a very long time, because not only have I was trying to grab the flotation device, there are Scooby snacks here, and I want to try and reach them too. So there's that snack there, then you got to try and grab the flotation device again. There were a few occasions where I clipped right through the upper trampolines. So it's like, do you double jump, do you not double jump? It's really difficult. Your momentum carries over. So this is just for the Scooby snacks. So I got the key. But that was nothing compared to this one. I don't know how long I was here for, but it was a very, very, very long time. Just constantly waiting for this thing to turn around, and it was all mainly because of 2 Scooby snacks. Like, that's it, but trying to time it is really difficult, because it's like if you double jump too early, you're not going to make it. If you double jump too late, you're going to go right over it. But single jumps aren't enough. I hate this part. These are the worst Scooby snacks in the game. No, they're not. Frustrating as these are still not as bad as a gas by the mass. So why I hate the shipwrecks part something. Whatever the last number was. Part 4? Is this part 4 now? 4 or 5? This is weird. The ropes went up, but the platform didn't. So that was a weird glitch. And then I missed. It's like your depth... You don't really have much in the way of a depth perception there. It's kind of hard to judge where you are. And you don't have a shadow for some reason for the trampolines. You have one for the platform, but you don't have one for the trampoline. Or the sail, whatever this thing is supposed to be. But I finally got it. We finally got it. And now we have this part. These things are spinning quite awkwardly, but it's really not as bad as it looks. We just sort of have to defy physics a bit. jump you can just about make. And there we go. Just swing, get up here, and then activate the switch. And this part's very simple. Nice and easy. Don't even just go to the bottom and then just go up. Simple as that. Just jump over the gaps. That's it. How much simpler was that one? And then we have all of the Scooby snacks, so we can now make our way inside the ship. I can't possibly think what's going to happen in here. Something tells me it involves pirates.
Ready!
See if you can get me down, Scoob! Thanks, Scooby. I think the mastermind's behind this mystery. Have you seen the others?
Well, but I lost them.
Maybe if we look around, we can find some clues that will lead us right to them. And to the professor.
I've had a bellyful of your meddling. It's high past time I did away with you once and for all.
I think you'll remember this old adversary of yours. He certainly remembers you.
Scooby, what's happening?
It's the roast of Redbeard.
Ah, shivery timbers.
I think your old foe has a score to settle with you.
Okay, our third boss is the Ghost of Redbeard, and this is the only boss that's actually a threat, and even then he's not the threat. This guy is, the Ghost of Captain Moody. Here he's not so bad. It's simple. Like, first he'll send out a load of ghosts that are very easy to avoid. You can't get close to Redbeard or he'll swing his sword at you. Each phase, more and more ghosts will appear, and more Captain Moody's will appear. You take out the Captain Moody's, he throws the sword, and you got to get the sword to hit one of the strings, and then you can see there's like a chest, I think that's supposed to be above him. The problem is, you cannot avoid taking damage from the Captain Moody's, because they all swarm around you. You can only take out one at a time. You will get hits. You just have to hope that when you kill the Captain Moody's, that it causes a food item to appear. That's all you can do, is just hope that food will appear. Because otherwise, you can't help it. You're gonna get hit by the Captain Moody's. It's quite a cheap fight. You can potentially be here for a while, because when stuff like that happens, you have to actually be right on top of them in order to get that to work. It's like you try bouncing it, you can bounce on one Captain Moody, but then the others will be high enough by the time you've bounced off of them. So that won't work after that. Like, Redbeard is no threat. The ghosts, apart from that guy, aren't a threat either. They're all very simple to avoid. I don't know if he only swings the sword once or if he swings it multiple times. So, when you get down to your last Captain Moody, try and make sure that you're by the rope that you want him to cut. It's noticeable how the sound effects and the sword itself actually start happening before he even begins his throwing animation. Yeah, like this. You cannot avoid this. Now, when they're laughing, you maybe have a chance. The super ground pound, that doesn't work because he's in the air. You know, I mean, he's actually a threat now compared to that single one that we saw in the boss fight. Not in the boss, in Creepy Crawlies in the hallways. And that's it. The fight just anticlimactically ends like that.
Thanks, Scoob. The mastermind really had us over a barrel that time.
Yeah, ran under one.
We caught the ghost of Redbeard on that freighter years ago. I wonder what he's doing here.
Jinkies! Watch out, guys! The creeper's chasing me!
Velma, wait a second. There's something on your glasses. The creeper times 2. Now this is a clue. And clues like this just don't fall into your lap by accident.
Raggy! Scoob! Food!
We should go find Daphne and Holly and put all our clues together.
And find that mastermind.
Try the secret lab.
A secret lab? Who told you about a secret lab, Scooby?
Ronnie did, before she disappeared with Daphne.
Come on, you two. You're coming with us.
Get there, Scoop. Fred wants us to stop our smorgasbording.
Aw.
Okay, guys. If you want to stay in this creepy cove all alone.
Reddy and I got rid of the roasts.
So, lots of goodies and no ghosts? Sounds better than a secret lab, huh, Scoob?
Yep, a roast-free room.
All right, then. We'll catch up with you later.
You big chickens.
Big chickens! What's this? Professor Graham's Tricky Sticky Gum Doohickey. What do you say, Scoob? Want to give it a try?
Okay, rhyme game.
It says here, this stuff will stick creeps in place so you can bounce off their heads.
The roast driver.
Yeah, like the ghost diver.
Roast driver.
So, let's get out of here, Scoob!
Alright, so I don't think we pick up the power-up, we just automatically have it. Alright, now he's down. And we have the chewing gum power-up, which I should have showcased on Captain Cutler then. You press the L1 button and you can shoot out these things of gum. If an enemy becomes trapped in the gum, they'll be stuck for a few seconds. You can't defeat the enemy. Even if you hit them with the helmet or the ground pound, you can't defeat them. But you will just be able to just bounce off of them, completely unharmed. And you can double jump off of that. So it's just to get you a little bit of extra height. It makes no sense, but what in Scooby-Doo makes sense? Because I have many questions about that cutscene. Number one, why were those creeper lenses... This goes back to when we first rescued Velma. Why were those creeper lenses just lying on the floor? Did they know that they were going to pick... Did the mastermind know that they were going to be picked up? I guess not, because they're a clue. In which case, why were they there? Number two, how did Velma get those lenses back? Get the good lenses back into her glasses? Did she carry some spares? Actually, I think there was one where she did carry spares. So, yeah. Number three, how did Velma get here? Like, you can see all the stuff I have to do to get onto this ship. How did she get here? Anyway, this all takes you back to the first part of Wreck on the Deck. But we couldn't simply go through here, no. We had to take the really long way around. We had to go across all those slippery ships. And all for one Scooby Saga. That's all I was missing. I could just go down there and do one little bit of platforming, but that will only take me back to going down which way. And we don't want that. We want to go back to the mystery machine. So we have to do a little bit of... we gotta try and lure this caveman close enough to the wall. He only goes so far, like that's as far as he'll go. And that's just enough. I power up that ground pound, giving me a little bit of extra distance. Get into the cannon. Get into the cannon, please, Scooby. Thank you. And away we go. Completely unscathed. No harm done whatsoever. We didn't even light up any string on the cannon, any rope to activate, to fire it. We're perfectly fine. There's not even a crater in the floor. We are all hunky-dory. So now we have to make our way back to the secret passages. So we're gonna go back to Creepy Crawlies in the Hallways Part 3, where I got the plunger. I couldn't move on any further than that because I couldn't get high enough. Well, now when we come back here, a new enemy has come in. This is the Spooky Space Kook from the episode The Spooky Space Kook. And this is probably their favourite enemy in the entire game to Heavy Iron. These guys are freaking everywhere in these last few levels. And I don't just mean that because like they're all over the place. No, these guys infinitely respawn. They can literally be everywhere. So it's like they really like these ghosts because they can't be killed. The ghosts are also everywhere in the passageways. Thought there was enough of them in the graveyard. There's even more of them here. But we also have so many space kooks. They can fire those lasers in the air. They have pretty good range with them at that. And every time you defeat one, a few seconds later, it will come back. Anywhere. Like, I don't think that there's a single space kook. There might be one. I kind of feel there was one that doesn't come back. But yeah, and you got to use the chewing gums to bounce off the space kooks to get up here. So, by hitting that switch, it opens up those cages with the keys in them. However, in order to get to the keys, we now need to raise the keys out. We now need to raise the cages out of those fire pits. To do that, you need to jump onto whatever this thing is, that I shall call the baskets because they look like baskets. But of course, I have my sight set on something else. The Scooby Snacks. So you gotta try and jump on all three of them. And I missed. The space kooks really do bring up an issue that comes with the chewing gum and the bubbles. It's that you have to stand still in order to use it, and that does leave you vulnerable, particularly when the enemy is one that doesn't need to get right up next to you. The space kook has a laser. I think it's a laser, so that's all it needs to use. Just this box of Scooby Snacks down here. I don't even know why I'm running back over to them, but that got me. That knocked me out, so let's try this again. Luckily, despite being in there, these cages are not hot at all. You can stand in them perfectly fine. In fact, we can clip through them. And grab the keys. You know, it's weird. You think that these keys have just been... You think all we need is just one key. I mean, these are skeleton keys, aren't they? Look at them. They're skeleton keys. Surely you just need one that unlocks every single lock in the house, doesn't it? Every single lock in the manor. And they clearly wanted to go for a prison aesthetic down here. I mean, we've already seen that there was some prison cells down because we rescued Shaggy. Like, in the way to the secret lab. There is a prison down here and everything. Welcome to a tiny area called Gusts Abound Underground. It's only 2 parts. You have this one ghost wandering around up here. He's done chasing Shaggy now. And they don't bother chasing me. So Shaggy's in this barrel. And in order to get Shaggy out of the barrel, we need to keep hitting circle to get his attention. Call Shaggy to get him onto this switch. Because when we get off of it, it goes back up again. If Shaggy hits a wall, he'll fall back over and you got to use the charge to get him back up again. And then you just gotta try and lure him over to you. It's like a precursor to Heavy Rain. Jason! That's it, then the barrel just opens. Right, I could go up there, but I also want to know what's on the other side of this door. Even when you press the buttons to go into the next area, he still goes, Raggy! And I think he says it every single time you go into that area. Well, that was pointless. So what's the point of that door? I mean, yeah, so he will say Raggy every single time you come in here, even though Shaggy's not here anymore. That switch is now permanently down. In fact, I think you can go through the door without rescuing Shaggy and the thing will still be open. So it's pointless. Anyway, I don't know who designed this room. There's loads of swinging axes, loads of holes in the floor that lead to bottomless pits, and the occasional creeper. How does anybody make their way around this mansion? And why does Professor Graham have such an obsession with, like, a horror setting? Because I refuse to believe that these are humans, that these are actual skeletons. All the creeper has to do is just walk into a wall and you can break it. Right. Well, I completely ignored that wall, so let's head in here now, because I do need to come up here. We've got one single ghost, because why not? Because I don't need the ghost, I can get up here, fine. I need the ghost to try and get to this box of Scooby snacks. Luckily, Scooby does slightly aim upwards. It is an also aim. Most of the time he'll just fire what's right in front of him. We've hit that switch, so now we can now we gotta break through this one. Grab this one little key. I say little, it's nearly as big as Scooby. Oh look, the plunger! Remember that power up? Seriously, so many of these power ups you need one time and then it's like you never use them again. I mean the galoshes. We used the galoshes to get out of Cower when we got them after defeating the Black Knight. We used them to get into fishy clues for Scooby-Doo. We have not needed them again after that. We could have revisited Fear on the Pier, and there was a lot more available to us then, but since there was still more to unlock, I didn't bother going there then. But other than that, you never need the galoshes. Only when you're revisiting areas. You never need to actually use them to move on somewhere new, other than getting into fishy clues for Scooby-Doo. It's like, why did they bother? Like, it's like when we come across those few flowers, it's like to say, oh yeah, we do remember you were given a shovel power-up. So just to remind you that that shovel power-up is here.
Scooby!
And then, well, whoever uses the shades and slippers or the Black Knight power-up. I'm still having an awkward time getting up there. You got these massive crates and then there's like nothing in them. When if there is, it's one lone Scooby snack. So I thought that was. I thought I did that by killing the zombie. That was what the keys did. But it looked like I did that by killing the zombie. But look, we have another door. So which is the right way? I'm going to assume it's the one that doesn't unlock when I collect a bunch of keys. So let's head on back. Let's go through this door. Oh look, it takes me back to this. This level has a lot of entryways. It takes me back to creepy crawlies in the hallways again. Now, I'm not sure if this is proximity based or if it's timed. So, because the thing does start going back down. At least I think it does. I can hear something moving. So make sure you're quick, otherwise you've now got to go the long way around again. At least that crate had something in it. It was a zombie, but that's something. It's better than one Scooby snack. Such a waste of wood. Right, ride the giant fan. Luckily there's no roller coaster ghost here to damage the fan. So, Velma's right, you didn't do anything illegal. Just rude. No, she did try to kill you. So if you could have fallen into that fan and be killed. That is illegal. That is attempted murder. Alright, well, this is the final area before we head to the other final area. Hughes Yeller in the cellar. But we're going to be going there in the next part. So I will see you guys then. Prepare to see a lot of the space kook.